Coach, obviously every team wants a win like that, but just given the way that the offense has been playing the last week or two, I mean, how good is it to see them put up 6 runs in the ninth inning just like that?
Yeah, tonight was awesome. Proud of the team. I thought we competed against outside of Rhett Lauder. That's probably the best pitcher we've seen since I've been here at LSU tonight. And think about what I just said with the league and all of that type of thing. First rounders everywhere. National championships, we were running through Omaha. Regionals, super regionals, SEC. Doyle was pretty electric. Like I thought our guys competed their tails off at the plate, and we had no hits through 5. So that's kind of how good he was. But great night, stuck with it. Great at bats to set the table there. Ethan, getting down the line right there. Jake put in the ball in play, and obviously he has speed. Great at bat to walk by Tanner. And how about Dalton Beck? So awesome. He hit 18 home runs last year at Incarnate Word and wanted to come here. In a sense, he, almost kind of recruited us when he went in the portal and then went and, did a billion summer classes to be transfer eligible as a 5th-year guy, and then has not 1 second complained about being a role player, on this team. And we got him in the game against Alabama last week, against Osmer, who's really tough on righties. And, he didn't come through. But, he was just so slowed down, locked in, showed what a 5-year player, looks like, and huge hit to set the table there. And then Derek, 2 strikes, man. It's amazing. Just an amazing player. He's a baseball player. If there has one. And then Jared. It's you guys don't get to see what happens behind the walls of this thing on a daily basis, but we've been working hard, for a few weeks, and what a swing.
You mentioned what Doyle did, but for Anderson to kind of go toe-to-toe with him there.
He did a great, yeah. Yeah, that was big time. That was big time pitching tonight. And I know Cade threw that complete game at Oklahoma. I think there was elements of this start that were even better than that. Got on a roll the second time through the order, and really did a great job keeping it 1. I know it ended up being 2 earned runs on his deal, but to get that deep into the game, against that lineup that hits the ball hard, there's a couple big leaguers, in that lineup for sure. Great performance by Cade.
Jay, you mentioned Jared and the work he's done, behind closed doors. What were you kind of seeing from him offensively here as of late, and what's he kind of been working on?
Well, yeah, I don't remember. I think Texas was the last time I saw you, and up to that point, you're talking about we're talking about the Golden Spikes because of the quality of his at bats, and then when you ascend to that caliber, you just get pitched differently. You're the target, and probably when we went to Auburn, he didn't have his best weekend, and it kind of affected, what they did with other guys, and we had a tough weekend there offensively. But never got down, stayed positive. I think he's controlled the zone better again, not try to do too much. And if I had a body like that, I'd probably swing for the moon sometimes too. But the beautiful part about that was it was a very short stroke with his strength. It was on time on Snead's fastball and, straight away center field. And that's hard to do here, especially at 1:10 a.m.
Is there anything particular you saw in the matchup with Beck? He hit that ball like he knew it was coming. Did you just sense a matchup?
Yeah, I just frankly just like the left-handed bats in there, and that was the catcher spot. So Aaron Beatty'd come up, and we're working on some things with him right now, and so I just liked that a little bit better. Cade could have blasted one out of here, and he certainly got that kind of power. I've been watching Dalton's BP for a month, and it's just I feel good about his experience and the ability to slow it down. And I think Snead, having a lot of history with him last year between the series there. I can't remember if he threw against us in Hoover, but we were certainly prepared for him. I just liked the left-handers better, which you saw with, Brown hit the ball hard, Reeves drew a walk, Beck's, and then Curiel's 2-strike hit. I just liked it better.
It's kind of who you guys have wanted to be all year, just being ready. Pearson with a hit off the bench, Reeves a walk there late, and Beck, of course, with the RBI, 2 RBI single there.
Yeah, I mean, we have a deep roster. We have a deep team. It's not a roster, it's a team. Let me clarify that. We have a deep team, and, like I said, I think it's one of those things that makes you feel good about coaching, not coming back and winning a game, but getting to coach like Dalton Beck, and we hit on just about every guy in the portal this year on either elite, fit for this baseball team, Zach Cowan, Chris Stanfield, Danny Dickinson, Luis Hernandez. We hit on all those guys' character, and then we hit on character on the guys that haven't got as much opportunities, like Dalton, like Eddie Yaman. It's just, to take only 12 returning players and have the team element that this team does is pretty awesome.
What makes Doyle?
One more.
What makes Doyle so tough?
Do you sit in the press box for the games, or do you sit to the side?
I sit in the press box.
Okay, and is it right, or is it right behind where you guys are, or is it a little off to the side?
Looking over the plate.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not trying to be mean about that. It's just the ball explodes up and away from a righty, and ironically he can do it to a lefty too. And there's 3 different off-speed offerings, and it makes it really hard to square up. I thought we had a very good plan against him, and the only part of it we really executed was we made him work. They had to go get him a little earlier than we went and got Cade, and so their bullpen got stretched a little further, and those last 3 outs became harder maybe than ours did.
Coach, do radio and bring on K.
I'd like to know what it looks like from behind the plate, honestly, because from the side it didn't look too fun to hit.
Thanks, Coach.